We've got a Black Friday sale price for you on home surveillance around your home, and you're going to be thrilled with how easy this is. I own the Blink cameras at my house. I set them up all by myself. Now, you all know I have trouble unwrapping soap. This is simple. You download a free app that is both compatible with Android and Apple devices, and then you set up each camera and you join the sync module, which is right here, to your home's Wi-Fi. In this offer, we're giving you 3 outdoor cameras. They're the black ones. They have talkback features. You can talk to the people you find on your camera. We also have an indoor cordless camera. We give you the lithium batteries, the AA batteries, and these last up to 2 years depending on how many video clips your camera is taking. So you'll need 2 batteries per camera, and we give you enough for all 4, and the mounting and the plug for your sync module and a yard sign. Now, all of this, if purchased separately at retail, would run you almost $350. We're 4 pennies shy. Tonight, we're going to save you almost $120, and with the free shipping and handling, hello, did I mention free shipping? Yeah, free shipping. We're saving you now $132.20. This is, yes, that Blink camera system. Those outdoor cameras are good in any weather. Boiling hot, freezing cold, pouring rain, blizzard conditions. Mine have been up outside my house for years now, and they work like a charm to this day. Let's bring in Brett Hamilton, one of our electronic experts. He is here to tell us about Blink, and I'll tell you, Brett, these could not be easier. In minutes, I was live and surveilling my property. This deal is awesome. These cameras are the bomb diggity.
Yeah, and I think there's main 2 reasons why people don't jump into the home security, the surveillance as we call it. Big one is cost, right? Typically you think it's gonna cost me a fortune. The other one would be, can I make it work? Can I do this myself? Can I set this up without bringing the guy over to put a bunch of holes in the wall and the wires and all that stuff? And Blink has figured out a way to take care of both of those worries and then some, because as you see from the price, you typically, if you shop around, and I encourage you to do so, look at some other brands out there and see what you would pay for 1 camera versus getting the 4. The other one is the setup, which I'm gonna get to in a second, but a big one for me, and I think you'll appreciate this, it's a 2-year battery. So those lithium batteries that David just showed you, instead of every week, every month, every 6 months, you're climbing up on the ladder, I gotta switch out the battery, I gotta charge the battery, I gotta take the camera down and charge. No, none of that. Put the batteries inside, hang them. It takes less than 10 minutes to set these up, and then of course you're gonna hang them someplace. But I wanna show you guys almost in real time what it looks like to set up your cameras, because it's that easy. So let's take a look at how easy it is. So we'll start with an iPad, and you'll see you have some choices on the app. There's cameras, there's a wireless camera. No, you're gonna do the camera system. So how do I do that? Well, David just showed you. There's your little module. This is what talks to the cameras. You're gonna plug it into an outlet, you're gonna tap the app right there, and it's gonna open up the camera on your iPad or your phone to allow you to scan the back of the device so that you don't have to type in any digits. You don't have to get a serial number. Watch what I do right here. So I'm gonna hold this back here. I'm gonna hit that code. Boom. That's it. We just found the module that will now connect to the cameras, and we're gonna name it. And because I'm lazy, I'm just gonna name my camera system Brett. So you can name it anything you want. Now, you need to know that the module is doing what it's supposed to do. And right there, it's gonna show you that it should be blinking blue and a steady green. I got a blue and I got a green. We're in good shape. Now, we need to connect it to the internet like you would a tablet, like you would a computer. So you put your password in right there, you connect it, and now it's connected, just like a tablet or a computer, except now it's going to run your cameras for you. Cool part about this is, once that's done, you're essentially halfway there. So then what? Well, now it's time for a camera. You have 4 of them, you're gonna do them one at a time. You're gonna go inside the app again, but this time instead of a system, you're just gonna pick out a camera. And you hit the camera, there's the camera in your tablet again. You're gonna open it up. You're gonna put in 2 of those batteries that we give you. You don't even have to buy the batteries. There's batteries that are gonna last for 2 years. Come with it. We got another code. So we could take our tablet, take our iPad or whatever, and we're gonna scan one more code here. And it's gonna identify, there it is. It's gonna identify and it's gonna capture that camera and put it online for you. That's it. I mean, it's basically going to set itself up. Make sure you put the lid back on there, and you're gonna use the little tool, which is also part of the mount. You put it back together, you hit next, you can go inside. This is pretty cool. You can actually name the cameras. So instead of G1275, blah, 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 we'll call it front porch. So I'm a little slow on my type, but there we go. We call it front porch. I've labeled it, I've named it, and now guess what? I go down to the lower left-hand corner and show you in real time that guess what? This camera that's sitting here in the studio, whoop, 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 wave back and forth. I now have an active camera, and that took no time at all, David. And you don't need a degree. You don't need to hire the guys with the shirts or all that, the blue shirts or whatever to come over to your house.
Right.
You can do this yourself. And then, David, all you got to do is figure out where you're going to put these 4 cameras. 3 outside, 1 indoor. But, of course, the outdoor can be used indoor as well.
You know, the camera that I have inside, Brett, I put in my basement and train on my hot water heater. Because if I'm out of town and the hot water heater is old, and God forbid, it spring a leak, then I can call a neighbor who has a key, tell them to come in and turn my water off. And these cameras will alert you whenever there's movement. And they'll send alerts to your phone. You can set up notifications. I have one above my front door. When packages are delivered, I know exactly when they were delivered, what time. I've got a picture of who dropped them off. If someone ends up on my porch who doesn't belong there trying to take a package, well, smile for the camera, because it's going to get them as soon as they walk under it. And even if they try to pull the camera down, I've got their video image saved in my phone. This is an extraordinary system. It's easy, it's quick. Tonight, it's affordable. You're getting 3 outdoor cameras with talkback features. If I saw someone on my property, I could, through my app, say, "Can I help you?" As soon as they hear a voice, they're going to beat feet out of there. You're also getting a wireless indoor camera, all your mounts, all your batteries, your sync module, and you can connect up to 10 cameras. So if you're adding this on to a Blink system you already have, as long as you have no more than 10 cameras on that one sync module, you're fine, or you can set up a second sync module. And then, of course, you get your yard sign, and here's your value story. If you were to go to retail separately to buy all of these pieces, you'd be looking at almost $350. We've got it tonight at $119.98 less. So just shy of $120 less. Free shipping and handling brings your savings to now $132.20. Now, Brett, we've got some actual video, some intruder video I'd love for you to speak over.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, what's the most expensive thing you own other than your home? It's your car, and it sits out in the garage or the driveway, unprotected. These are people that thought they would get away with taking something that wasn't theirs, and they're like, well, yeah, I see they have a camera. And you know what? They'll go to the house that doesn't have a camera, the house that doesn't have an alarm. We rarely mention this, but Blink is a great deterrent. You don't necessarily need to use it. When somebody sees a camera, when the bad guy sees a camera, they go elsewhere. And this is a terrific way to protect not only the outside, but the inside of your house. These are high definition cameras. They've got 2-way talk, and as you can see right here, you can basically train them on anything you want. So there's the driveway, there's an interior camera, so that's the kitchen, and then looking out my front door. And at any time, I can tap onto these cameras and I can see a live view. And the cool part about this is that they have night vision. So the night vision means that even when the lights are off, even when it's pitch black outside, David, if somebody shows up, and there you go, in real time, and listen, you can actually hear the crickets. Okay, this is real. So this is at exactly, 8:36, whatever time it is, Eastern time, looking out into my backyard. And luckily, I don't see anybody out there because we're not supposed to be out there. Nobody's supposed to be on my deck right now. And that 2-way talk would allow me to have a conversation with somebody in the event that somebody's there that shouldn't be. But great for packages, as David mentioned. But also, you know what? The Blink people, David, told me a really interesting story. I was on the phone the other day. There's California wildfires, as tragic as that was,
right?
And people having to abandon their homes, getting messages and phone calls and emails from folks that had Blink, had to evacuate their home, but could still keep an eye on the inside and the outside of their house by picking up their phone from the hotel or wherever it is that they're temporarily staying. And talk about peace of mind. Being able to actually see that your house is still standing. You mentioned the hot water heater, a terrific example. My brother-in-law, Scott, he has one in his garage. He's got a motorcycle. He's got a lot of tools. It's the old, you drive away and you go, did I close the garage door? He just opens up his phone, kind of like the game I play with Meg. Did you unplug the hair straightener? Well, you can put these things anywhere. And
Sure.
because they're portable, you could pull an exterior camera temporarily and add it to the interior camera. Maybe you're having work done on the house. a brand new babysitter. The kids are in the basement. As
A
somebody
new dog walker has started working for you. Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Now,
Yeah,
over
I mean, all those
300,
examples. Yep.
over 300 of these are now gone, Brett, and everybody is understanding that it's easy, it's quick, and you are allowed to surveil your own property. Now, it's important to mount these in an area where you can shoot down on your front porch and your front door, because then you can see who's on your porch, who's dropping off packages, and who might be at this time of year, because they all know it's gift season. Porch pirates make this their living, to go house to house, and they do it in broad daylight. They see a camera, or you see them on the property and say to them through the speaker, "Hi, can I help you?" Oh, trust me, they're going to beat feet out of there, because the last thing they want to do is be caught on camera. Because if they hear your voice, they're going to look up, and when they look up, bang, you've got their face. So this is what it's all about. But you know what, for most people, there's a deer that roams my yard every morning about 2:30. And I know this because I wake up and see the alerts on my camera. And I have one mounted above my garage, so I know if there's been someone in the garage. I have one mounted in the side yard where there are blind spots where I really can't see out of a window. But now I've got eyes and ears thanks to these cameras, and they're super, super easy. Tonight we're going to give you 3 outdoor cameras. They are safe in any weather. And then we give you a wireless indoor camera. Now, these AA batteries are a bit different than maybe AA's you bought before. These are lithium batteries. Don't use regular AA's in these cameras. They're designed for this kind of battery. In 2 years, when this battery gives up, you can go to your grocery store and buy these lithium batteries. They're available in every drugstore and every grocery store around the country. We're also going to give you the sync module, the mounting brackets, the cable for your sync module, a yard sign, everything you need. The most important thing to realize here, along with free shipping tonight, Brett, you're saving over $132. But what you could be saving is a lot more than that when you're able to put eyes and ears on your property, on your home, arguably the largest and biggest and most important investment that we as families and individuals will make.
Yeah, and on top of that, not only the ease of use, but the ability to customize these. So I want to go back inside the app here and show you how easy it is to customize what your cameras will do. So there's the front door, and that's what you're looking at. And you go, well, that's enough. Well, what if I could give you more? What if we jump into the settings, and you can obviously name the camera anything you want. But as David just mentioned, the 2 years, well, you can also check your battery life. You can turn motion on and off. You can actually set the sensitivity for how fast these cameras will react. And also, probably more important, the clip length, from 5 seconds all the way up to a minute. You can manipulate the audio so that two-way talk works for you. And if you have to reset your Wi-Fi or you move, that's easy to do. But David, one of the things that really jumped out at me the first time I played with these are these zones. And these zones allow you to not only not have to worry about the tree and the leaves and all of that activity setting off the cameras, but the cars that go by every day. So if you've got a tree like I do right here, and you don't want it to react, well, I'm just going to tap onto those 2 sections there. And you know what, while I'm at it, let's take out this road because traffic goes by and I don't want to waste my battery. Change my mind, I tap the gray and it goes away. Even cooler though, privacy zones. If you sit on your front porch and you don't need the camera recording what you're doing, just what the bad guys are doing, look at this. I can draw a section and customize that to any size. The camera will not be able to see what's behind the gray. So it won't even record anything that's been grayed out. It's not that it won't react to it, it's that it actually won't see it and won't record it. So you've got the privacy of knowing that you're not being seen because they're your cameras, but also making sure that you're protecting and keeping an eye on without wasting the battery life, right? I mean, even if you waste the batteries a little bit for 2 years versus a lot of the other cameras out there where you're changing or recharging those batteries every week, every month, every 6 months. It's pretty incredible what you can do with these cameras for, what, $230.
It's important to know, too, those gray zones are great because if your houses are close together, you want to make sure you're surveilling only your property and not the neighbor, right?
Excellent
So
point,
this way you can gray out the neighbor and only have your yard surveilled. And that's something that I do with my cameras. And that way it keeps the camera from being tripped. Anytime, a bird flies by or the neighbor is out cutting their grass, it's not recording that. It's only recording what's happening on my property. Let's talk a little bit about two-way talk, Brett, so we can understand that these are cameras that allow us to communicate with whomever we find on our cameras.
Sure. So anytime the cameras go off, or even if they're not tripped and you want to just open up the live view to have a conversation with, for a fact that somebody's coming over to drop off a package or whatever it might be, the two-way talk works because the microphone in your phone and then the speaker and microphone that's actually in the camera itself. So I want to show you something that happened to Meg just a couple weeks ago because it was her birthday, and our